Hi, my name is Dr. Denise, and this is this week's A Dose from Dr. Denise, where I hope to teach, show, and inspire you how to release your God-given health and life potential. You know, when I opened my chiropractic practice down here, I had a tagline that I added to A Dose from Dr. Denise, and that tagline is a chiropractic and mindfulness practice, because if I thought of all the gifts and talents that I can share and that I'm good at and where I can help people, it's not only through my chiropractic hands, but it's also through teaching people how to be mindful. Because when we're present and we can think about what we're thinking about, we can enjoy this moment more clearly. And honestly, all of your suffering comes from your thoughts about the events in your life. So when you can improve your thoughts and recognize that you are the ones that are creating them, your life will be better. So I'm going to share with you something that happened to me last week that I had to be really mindful about. And I share these examples because I think that you could relate to them in any incident in your life, that you could just kind of plug and chug your thing that you're thinking about into my event. And that's how we can make these doses more real and more applicable. So first I want to read to you a beautiful definition of mindfulness by Brené Brown, and it's in her book, Rising Strong. I read that book last summer, I loved it, and I absolutely love this definition of mindfulness. I know you're not supposed to read to people in these videos and I may lose you, but please listen, and even after you listen to it, pause this video and replay it again. Mindfulness means maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of your thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment. Mindfulness involves acceptance, meaning that we pay attention to our thoughts and feelings without judging them, without believing, for instance, that there's a right or wrong way to think or act in any given moment. When we practice mindfulness, our thoughts tune in to what we are sensing in the present moment, rather than rehashing the past or imagining the future. And so you've heard me speak over and over again about being in the present moment. It's all we have. And when we live in the past or we live in the future, 99.9% of the time we suffer. So this is what happened, and this is an incident in my life that I had to be really mindful of. And what I would like to say is that the quicker you can go from, oh my God, to my God, oh, the quicker you can go from, oh my God, to my God, oh, the better your life will be. So again, it was a simple example, but 2 weeks ago, our son was in Cabo San Lucas in Mexico on spring break. And around the third or fourth day in, I thought his phone was in the safe deposit box, which is where I told him to keep it. And instead, he must have lost it within the first or second day of being there. And I know he lost it because I got an email from Verizon saying the phone was shut off. So I was happy that he had shut the phone off. But I would say it took me, I don't know, somewhere between 1 and 5 minutes to go from, oh my God, to my God, oh, for me to really be thoughtful about the situation. Because it's not the first time that our son has lost this phone or broken a phone. I literally have lost count. I don't know, 8, 10, 12 times. And so, you know, all that stuff goes in your head quickly, like, can he be more responsible? I'm not paying for this one. Oh, well, it's his problem. I mean, all that parental jibber jabber that goes on. And all of that stopped really relatively quickly. Because that same week, at least one plane crash had occurred where many young people died. And actually, one of the young women that died was a chiropractic friend of mine's niece. And so within a span of about a minute, I realized that had I texted Hunter, as our younger boy that lost his phone, had I texted him through a friend, because I did have one of his friend's cell phone, that I was so disappointed that he lost his phone again and blah, 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 blah. I thought to myself, what if that was the last text I sent my boy because he was getting on a plane the next day? Could I imagine? So all of this went in my head really quickly because I was very thoughtful about the situation. And what I thought was, you know, at the end of the day, I just don't want to pay for the phone replacement, so I won't. But will I happily help him replace the phone? Will I encourage him to do it on his own? Will it be inconvenient for him Yes. But do I want to be able to communicate with my son that I live, 1,500 miles away from? Yes, I do. So I got in tune with my feelings about it. And I thought, what would make me feel good? Because as I've said before, when you feel good, you feel God. Wayne Dyer would say that. And what would make me feel bad was thinking that I had to punish my son or teach him a lesson. The boy's 20 years old. He's learned plenty of lessons, and life will continue to teach him lessons. And his mom has done the best job I could possible to teach him lessons. Now, I just want to be a support system to him in any way that I can be, and I want to feel good about it. So once he got home safely, we filed an insurance claim. He had to deal with it for a couple days. It wasn't getting approved, so I did have to step in after 1 or 2 days and help him complete the claim. And the overall process took 6 to 7 days. But there was not a moment where I felt jacked up about it, or anxious, or my heart rate, or I was angry, or I was disappointed. None of that. It was just simply a phone, and I was just mindful about it. Frankly, Hunter was the one that was inconvenienced by the whole thing, and I just wanted to support him because a year ago I moved away from my 19-year-old son, and you know what? He's been doing pretty good over this last year. Will he do other things that I would wish he would do differently? Do I wish that he put his phone in the lockbox in his room like I suggested? Yeah, I do. But, it's one more thing on his path. And so I'm sharing this example simply to say that it's a pretty minor example, but no doubt there are things in your life right now that you keep rehashing over and over and over and over again. And I would encourage you to just get mindful about the situation. What thoughts make you feel good? What behaviors make you feel good? Do that. Do that, and don't base it on a past experience. Don't base it on what you think someone else thinks that you should be doing about it. Get in tune with your own feelings and your own emotions, and you do that through prayer and meditation and quiet time with God and learning to be mindful. So I'm going to conclude this with this quote from Brene Brown, and I'm going to turn it into a prayer. God, please allow me to be mindful moment to moment. Allow me to be mindful of my feelings, my bodily sensations, my thoughts, and my surrounding environment. Allow me to accept. Allow me to pay attention to my thoughts and feelings without judging them. Allow me to not believe that my thoughts are right or wrong. Allow me, Lord, to sense in this present moment what I'm feeling and what I'm sensing, and allow me not to bring the past into the present so that I recreate the future. Allow me to feel in this present moment what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and allow me to make the best choice and decision possible in this present moment. Thank you for my feelings, Lord. Thank you for that GPS that you instilled in me. And allow me to be as mindful as possible day in, day out, so that my joy can be at its maximum and my suffering be at its minimum. Because I know, Lord, when I overthink, I will suffer. Have a wonderful week. Peace out, and I'll see you next Sunday.